Good evening to all of you beautiful, beautiful people out there. I just got home from work a little bit ago. I'm stinky. My hair is all greasy. I'm sweaty, but I really felt compelled to make this video for you guys. If you guys didn't know, a little Nintendo Direct came out today. When I saw it on YouTube, I was at work, I was on my lunch break, and I was just like, oh crap, this came out 4 hours ago. I need to watch this. I need to indulge myself. And then I did. And I think we can all agree that this Nintendo Direct was one of the best ones we've had in a little bit, especially compared to the last one that we got. This Direct that came out today, this was completely different. If for some reason you chose to watch my video, first of all, instead of the Nintendo Direct, thank you so much. Link in the description down below for the Nintendo Direct for you guys to go watch for yourselves. But also, if you chose to watch my stupid video over the billion other people who have made reactions and live streams for the Nintendo Direct, just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart that you chose to watch this stupid and rushed and also janky video. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. I'm not gonna show really clips or just react to it live. I'm just going to go over chronologically of the Direct my first impressions and opinions on every game that was announced today. I have my handy dandy notebook with me as per usual. And let's just get right into it. So, starting off, we have Mario and Luigi Brothership? So, I guess to a lot of people, this is a really big deal. Because of the fact that we haven't had a Mario and Luigi RPG game specifically in about 9+ years. So, I'm sure a ton of you out there are so excited for this. Me, personally, I never actually really played any of them. First of all, shout out to my homie Christian from back home. I hope you're doing well, by the way. You're an amazing freaking person, and you deserve the world. Just wanted to put that out there. But he gave me the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story game for the DS. So unfortunately, buddy, I never played that game, and I'm so sorry to say that. I'll get to it eventually though. It's in my backlog. And then when I got a 3DS, I actually got the Mario and Luigi Dream Team, I believe the game is called. It came with the 3DS. Not the cartridge, but like downloaded into the system. It was the specific Mario and Luigi Dream Team 3DS. And I played maybe a couple hours of it, and I just kind of stopped. As a kid, I guess I just couldn't really understand the mechanic of Mario doing his own thing. And then, like, if you poked Luigi enough times, like, you were taken back out. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. If that's not how that worked, I'm sorry. But as a kid, I just never really understood the mechanics. So I was just very confused, in all honesty. I wasn't ready for a lot of text to be put into a Mario game. But with that being said, Mario RPG fans are eating this year. The fact that we've gotten Super Mario RPG HD Remake Redux whatever back in like late 2023, then just a month ago we got Thousand Year Door HD Remake and everything, which is awesome. And then now we are in the fall, we are getting another Mario RPG. So fans of the series are doing absolutely amazing, and that is awesome to hear. Next, we have the Nintendo World Championship. This is something I don't really care about, and I'm going to be saying that a lot. Just to let you guys know right now, I don't really have super major opinions on every game, but just so you guys also know what games got announced, I guess, if you haven't seen the Direct already. I don't really have any opinions on this. I mean, it looks fun for about like 10 minutes, but I personally don't want to spend $40 to $60 on something that would be fun for like a day. That's just me personally. Obviously, if you're into speedrunning or if you're into challenges, by all means, go order the game, get the special edition if you so please, but just for me personally, it's just not worth the money, it's just not really worth my time, and I'd rather just play a bunch of other games. I'm still working on my first playthrough of Elden Ring, so, and the DLC is coming out very soon, so I need to quicken it up a little bit. Next, we have Fairy Tail 2. I'm gonna be honest, like, I know nothing about this game. I didn't even know Fairy Tail, the anime, had video games, so this announcement was really weird, and I just don't really care, personally. Fantasia Neo Dimension. This game looked very interesting. It is made by the creator of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi, so also, I apologize if I've mispronounced anyone's names at all. I'm, again, just a simple idiot. A simple dyslexic idiot, to say the least. And then also composed by Nobu Uematsu. I'm so sorry again, but two amazing freaking people are working on this game, and the battle system looks very interesting. The fact that you can change the arc of your attacks to attack multiple enemies at once is a very cool idea, and I can't wait to see how it gets implemented into more gameplay. I don't personally think I'm going to be picking up the game, but for those of you out there who are, I hope you have a freaking amazing time. Switch Sports update, which is really cool. So I personally don't own Switch Sports, but I know my homie Jared does. I know my homie Alan does. I'm sure maybe more of my friends own it that I just don't know. But the fact that this game is still getting updates, and let alone a free update, is really, really cool. And plus it's basketball, which should have been a game that was in there from the beginning. So personally, I do love the Switch Sports. I really think it is a good and fun game to play with your friends and also with people online. I am excited for the Switch Sports update. I don't personally own it. I just think it should have come with the game from the very beginning. I just feel like it just makes so much sense to do so. Alright, next we have Mio, Memories of Orbit. This game looks freaking beautiful. The art style is amazing. I would antiquate it to sort of a sketch style. The game really seems to be focusing on ambience and the world around you. Less so than maybe the gameplay will be very tight, and also maybe the story will be amazing, but it definitely seems more of a spectacle and a journey versus actual substance, if that makes sense. Again, this is my first impression of it. I have no idea other than what was given to us. Then we have Disney Illusion Island. Was anyone excited for this? Did anyone walk away in this Nintendo Direct saying, Disney Illusion Island was my favorite thing they announced? I don't think there will be anyone out there other than maybe like a 4-year-old. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. This one seemed a little bit more interesting than the Disney one, in my opinion. It's the fact that it seemed very like Hello Kitty meets Animal Crossing, which is a really cool idea in its own mind, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm not personally gonna pick it up, and also I know that people love the Hello Kitty franchise. It's one of the top grossing franchises in the world, so it's popular for its reasons and everything, and I think Hello Kitty is super adorable, and I think the characters are cute as hell, but personally, I don't really see myself picking up the game. If you do, though, let me know how it is. Maybe it could be a lot of fun. Who knows? Alright, next we have a stupid Among Us update. Is anyone still playing Among Us? Like, I have also never played Among Us before, so I can't really say much about it even. Farmagia? I think that's how it pronounced, or Farmagia? Oh, it's like magic. Oh, that makes a whole lot more sense. This game seemed kind of interesting. We've had a lot of like Monster Ranch games come out this year. The game just didn't look all that good graphic-wise. Again, this is the Switch we're talking about, so like 1080p, 30 FPS is like where we're maxing out everything. So there's not a whole lot to work with there, which personally, I'm fine with 1080p, 30 FPS. I don't need a game to look amazing in order to love it. I mean, like, Nintendo is my favorite franchise, not because of its graphics or because of how the game looks. It's how the game feels and how much personality and style the game has. When it comes to personality and style, Nintendo wins every single time when it comes to that race. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So, I own one Donkey Kong Country game, and that is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Wii U, which I believe is a game that a lot of people like. So really cool that it's finally getting an HD remake off of the Wii. So it'll be much more available, I guess. I mean, obviously you can go and find the Wii version. I don't know exactly how expensive that is, but I feel like this will be a lot more readily available because of the fact that it's on the eShop, and then it's also a physical copy, so you can go both ways. For Donkey Kong Country fans, I'm sure you're all very excited. I personally just don't really have an attachment or a love for the franchise, so I can't really say much, but hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, next is a big one. Next, we got Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. That was a super long title, but if you guys don't know the Dragon Quest franchise, it is one of the staples of RPGs, and the games are beloved, and personally, I've never actually played one to its fullest extent. I've played a couple hours of Dragon Quest XI, and then it kind of just got stuck in my backlog of Switch games. So, unfortunately, I haven't played it, but I think this game I would really like to play. And also the fact that we got an interview with Yuji Horii, I believe, who is the creator of Dragon Quest. The fact that we got a little interview with him talking about it. And not only are we getting Dragon Quest 3, we're also getting 1 and 2, which are apparently part of the Erdrick trilogy in the game. So the reason why they're coming out with the third one first is because of the fact that it is the first in the Erdrick trilogy, like of the story, and then 1 and 2 afterwards. So I think that's really cool, the fact that they're releasing them in story order. And also, the game looks absolutely beautiful. If you guys didn't already know this about me, I love pixelated graphics. I think they look beautiful. Like, there is just something so classic, yet so stylistic about pixel art that I just love. And the amount of detail and even all of the lighting effects just looks so freaking good. So I'm personally very excited about this. Funko Fusion, again, does anyone really care about this? Does anyone even want this? Because I really don't, in all honesty. I'm not a big Funko Pop guy, but I don't really think anyone is excited about this. I mean, if you're into Funko Pops, you're into Funko Pops. Be into what you're into, obviously. I'm not gonna yuck your yum, but I just don't really think many people are excited or really wanted this in many realities. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. So, Luigi's Mansion, the original, is in my top 3 games of all time. I beat it every single year around Halloween or in the fall just to get me into the vibe, and I just love that game so much. I also really liked the Luigi's Mansion 3. I didn't love it as much. I didn't feel like the ghosts had a ton of personality, and that is my big thing when it comes to Luigi's Mansion 1. It's the fact that the ghosts that you go up against, specifically the portrait ghosts, have so much history to them. And not in the sense of lore, but in the sense of, like, when you walk around this mansion, it looks like all of these people at some point lived here in this house, which is also, like, part of the lore, is that not each character, but the fact that, like, there were many previous owners of this mansion, and that they're just collectively in this house still haunting it, is such a cool idea. And in Luigi's Mansion 3, it seemed a little bit more fabricated than that. It didn't really seem like the ghosts in the mansion, in the hotel, were there from the beginning, if that makes sense. That's about the only way I can really describe it, but I'm so excited for Luigi's Mansion 2. I had it on 3DS, and I played a few hours of it, and I just didn't play it all that much. I played maybe like 3 to 6 hours, and that was it. So I'm excited to actually give it a full run-through, because I've already beaten 2 out of the 3 games in the series. I have to beat the other one by the default. So I'm very excited about this, and I hope many others are excited, but if you're not, it's all good. It's all good. We all have our tastes. We all have what we like and what we don't like. It's all good. All right, next we have the new Denpa Men. If I'm gonna be honest, this just seemed like a Miitopia ripoff, but like the most dumbed down and worst version of the game. If you guys don't know what Miitopia is, I will eventually have a video come out about it with my full opinions. All you really need to know is that it is an RPG using Miis, which is a really cool idea, actually. The fact that you can fabricate your own story and characters of that story. Denpa just didn't seem like that, but the game is free, so you guys can go check it out for yourselves. I believe it's out today for a limited time, so if you really want to go play the Denpa, go out and play, have a good time, hope you enjoy it. But me personally, I'm just gonna stick back on that one. Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. I'm not a big Metal Slug fan. I really haven't been. It's not the fact that I don't like the series, I've just never really gotten into it. So Metal Slug fans will be happy. Just the rest of us are kind of just like, yeah, that's a game that's coming out. That's pretty cool. We have Darkest Dungeon 2. The first game slipped right under my radar, so when I was watching this, I was like, wow, this looks dark, creepy, but I love it. And it's also an RPG, so I'm like, oh, that's super sick. That's kind of right up my alley. So I personally don't know if I'm going to get the game or not because I haven't played the first one. I don't know if they correlate with one another. The art style is not only amazing, but also the world seems so interesting that I'm very intrigued by it. Okay, folks, we're just gonna speed along here. I hope to not keep you here, guys, very long. So I know your time is important, and if you are watching this video, thank you again. If you are liking this video and other videos on the channel, I would very much appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, maybe gave me a nice little comment or something, you know, like a little heart or something. I don't know, something cute. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you guys are liking the video. I hope you guys are liking the channel. It really means a lot, all the support you guys have given me, and a lot of big things are coming for the channel. I can't really spoil anything, but big things are coming, and I'm just really appreciative of you guys out there. But anyway, let's get back to this. Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero. I have never heard of this series, and apparently there's more than one of these games. Haven't done any research before this video, if you couldn't really tell, aside from watching the direct itself. So, I mean, it looks interesting. The art style is very, like, chibi-esque, so if you're into the chibi art style, I'm sure you'll like it. They didn't really show much gameplay of it, or maybe I just kind of skipped it over, or maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but the game definitely looks interesting artistically wise. The voice acting, on the other hand, did not seem very good, so do with that as you wish. Alright, next we have Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. So that is 7 classical arcade games, which is really cool. I love it whenever fighting games, or just arcade games in general, come out with a collection for you to enjoy and try out for maybe the first time ever. I love me some arcade games. I do love me fighting games. I love me a 2D fighting game. I'm just not the best at them. I'm just gonna be honest. I am not, as much as I love fighting games, I know that I'm bad at them, but I still very much enjoy them, and I will still play them to my heart's content. I'm just really bad, so I don't know if I'll personally pick it up, but if you're into classical arcade games, or even classic fighting arcade games, definitely go pick this up. Super Mario Party Jamboree. This was one that really caught me off guard. We've already had 2 Mario parties for the Switch, so I didn't think we were going to get a third one. And this game looks very interesting. I think all the boards look super cool, and I think the new stuff they're adding in, like the multiplayer online thing, and then also the racetrack, the 20 people party or whatever, and then plus, like, they seem to insinuate a lot of other modes in the game, so I'm very excited personally. It seems to be a lot better than the Super Mario Party for the Switch. It was the first Mario Party game on the Switch, and I got that game, and can we all just agree that it is one of the worst Mario Party games out there? The boards are minuscule. I think the dice mechanic is one of my favorites. Like, giving each character a different set of dice depending on that character is very thematic, and I do like it. However, aside from the dice mechanic, there really isn't anything about the game I really like. I would rather play that raft minigame 100 times than play like each board like once. Okay, maybe not to that egregious of a number, but it's the fact that I don't want to play party mode on a Mario Party game is just bad. And I forget, Super Mario Party Superstars, I believe, was the other one that came out for the Switch. That one was really fun. My homie Alan has that game, and we actually got to play with regular controllers. We didn't just need Joy-Cons, which is something I'm somewhat scared for when it comes to Mario Party Jamboree. I hope we can play with regular controllers for the most part. Maybe it's developed enough where you can turn off the Joy-Con games or vice versa depending on what controller you're playing with. That would be really cool in my own opinion, obviously, but I'm just kind of hoping that the boards aren't as small as Super Mario Party, and I'm also hoping maybe the dice mechanic comes back, and we did see a couple new faces, like Ninja, for example. I'm very excited to see what that character has in store. So I'm pretty excited about this game, I have to say. I'm very excited. Okay. This is the fucking game that I was so excited about. I almost started crying when I was watching the reveal trailer for this game. And if you don't know what game I'm referring to, it is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. That's right, guys. Not only is this another top-down Zelda game, not also is it a Zelda game made by the same team who did the Link's Awakening remake, so it has the beautiful clay figure look to everything? Not only those two things, but it's the fact that this is the first mainline Zelda game that Zelda is the playable character throughout the entire game. And that is freaking awesome. More than anything, I'm excited to see what the story is. Also, the nod of Breath of the Wild in this reveal trailer was beautiful. I loved that. Zelda walking onto the cliff as the title appears in the top left-hand corner. Absolutely immaculate. So amazing. I'm so freaking excited for this game, and the mechanic of the echoes is so cool. The fact that I can, like, scan things around my environment and then use them later on, and they're, like, saved in, like, my codex is a cool freaking idea. So, number one, I love the fact that Zelda isn't just using a sword. This isn't just a carbon copy Zelda's Adventure, but this is an actual Zelda game that is this might be one of the most different Zelda games we have ever gotten. And another thing I'm excited about, where will this story fit in the overall timeline? Because this could just be a weird spin-off game that doesn't really fit anywhere, but I think it might fit into the timeline with, like, Link's Awakening and Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, if that is in the same line. I forget if they are or not off the top of my head, but I'm just excited. I'm incredibly excited about this game, and this was by far the game I am most excited for, and I believe that would be blatantly obvious because of how much of a Zelda fan I am. So I'm just beyond excited. I just can't wait. So right after we get Zelda, you might be thinking we're gonna get another AAA title announced. We're gonna get some big name out there. Nope, it's Just Dance 2025 edition. And I think I can say this with full confidence that I don't think anyone has ever cared about a Just Dance game since, like, Just Dance 4, maybe even 3. So I don't think anyone cares about this game. I don't think anyone has played a Just Dance game in a couple years. So that's cool, I guess, that people are getting it if they really want it. I think to the general public and just the majority of people out there don't want this and don't really care. So that's my opinions on it, though. If you're into it, you're into it. Do what you want. This is a title I don't think anyone ever could have expected, and it's mixing together two things that, again, I don't think people would have expected, and that is a new LEGO game. It is LEGO Horizon Adventures, which is based off of the Horizon Zero Dawn games, if you guys didn't know. So, this game seems very interesting. I mean, LEGO games in general are just part of my childhood, and I'm sure many of your guys' childhoods out there. I do have a place in my heart for all of the OG LEGO games. So, LEGO Star Wars, obviously, the complete saga, obviously, Indiana Jones, and LEGO Batman, obviously. I can safely say that this is a franchise I don't think anyone ever thought would become a LEGO game. And I'm kind of excited to see where they go with it. I have never actually played any of the Horizon games, so I don't really know anything about the series in general. So, I mean, I think it's interesting for sure. I just don't know what people are thinking about it because I'm from a complete, I just because of the fact that I know nothing and I have no alignment with the fan base. So I'm very curious as to what fans of the series are thinking about right now. Just very interesting, something to keep in mind, I guess, for maybe your little brother or little sister to get for Christmas. But I think this might be a cool idea for older siblings to show them a game that maybe their younger siblings aren't ready for just yet. Not in the fact that the Horizon series is very, I mean, I also don't know, it could be very graphic and very gory, but they don't really seem to be from my knowledge, so I think this could be a great introduction to young audiences that will grow up and can play the Horizon games. I think that's a really cool, you know what, I think I just sold myself on this game, or at least the premises on this game. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but I'll definitely keep my eye out for it and just see what happens. The Switch port edition of the award-winning game, Stray. So this is a game that I did not get a chance to play. It just completely slipped underneath my radar. I thought this game would just be like and this might be true, it might just be a few hour experience, but it is a game that I didn't really know anything about until the Gaming Awards happened back in 2022 or 2023. So, or whenever the game won awards for Independent Game of the Year, which is basically just Indie Game of the Year, which is so awesome to have them win that award. The fact that this is getting a Switch port is awesome. I just don't think it's gonna look the most amazing simply because of the fact this is the Switch we're talking about. But I think a lot of people will be excited about this, and if I pick it up, if I choose to, like, this will be my first experience with it, which I think will be a lot of other people's first experiences. Alright, next we have Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. Can I just say that this game looks really, really bad. Not in the sense of, like, gameplay or idea. The fact that you get, like, a farm life, or basically Hobbit simulator, that's an amazing idea for a video game, but I don't think the Switch is the reason why this game looks so bad. I think the game itself just looks bad, like, it just, and I know earlier I said I don't care about graphics, or I don't care about how the game looks, as long as it has style and personality, which this game does, but, like, I think there's a limit to that. I think there is a limit onto how much style and personality a game can have when it just stops looking good. This game does not look good, and it doesn't seem to run very well. Again, on the Switch, it might be a PC exclusive, or it might be, like, another console might have already had it, but it seemed like they were announcing this for the first time, so I don't really know. Again, great idea for a game. I think it would be an awesome game to just have Hobbit Simulator.game, but it's just the fact that it just looks really bad. And also, at the end of the day, I don't know how much you can really do aside from Hobbit stuff. It seems very, like I said earlier, very one note. So I feel like after playing for about a couple hours, I would be very, very bored of that game. That's all I have to really say about that game. It just doesn't pique my interest. Next, we have Ace Attorney Investigation Collection. So it is a couple games, actually. It might have been 2 or 3 because of the direct. I literally just got done watching it, so I just could be misremembering. Dang, I'm going crazy. But I could just be misremembering, but it seems like this game is like 2 or 3 games in one, and it's just games that haven't really been released. Maybe they were released not overseas and not in the US, but it's if you're a fan of the Ace Attorney games, I'm sure you're gonna love this game. To me, I've never played an Ace Attorney game. I don't really have a stance on the franchise. Next, we have the 100-line Last Defense Academy. So this trailer was crazy in the sense that we got 2 curse words in it. Granted, they were in Japanese, but I don't care. It's the fact that we got 2 curse words in a Nintendo Switch title. Granted, this could also be releasing for multiple consoles, maybe just not the Switch, and it's also made by the same people who made the Danganronpa franchise. So if you're a fan of the Danganronpa franchise, go and check it out by all means. It seems to be a tactical RPG of sorts about a character surviving 100 days in this school as they try to defend it from enemies. So that's a cool premise and very cool idea. It just might not be for me, I guess. I've never played the Danganronpa franchise. I do love the anime art style, though. The anime art style went very, very hard, in my own opinion. So if you guys are a fan of the Danganronpa or just tactical RPGs, you maybe you want to go check that out. Yeah, keep an eye out for it. All right, so this is a series I didn't even know existed, and apparently it's getting like a whole remake and everything for it, but Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. So I've never heard of this game up until today, and the fact that it's the second one and it's getting an HD remake is very cool for the franchise. I just had no idea it existed. It looks very interesting. Again, RPG, and the fact that it's a turn-based, yes, but it really cares about timing in the sense that I'm assuming if your character is faster, they will act first. So it's very much like you want to prioritize specific things. You can also like change the formation of your characters in battle. That seems very cool. Like in terms of like design and also gameplay, it looks very in-depth, which is the parts that I would be most excited about. In terms of story, it seems to be like a more classic RPG in the sense that there is very much akin to OG Final Fantasies or Trials of Mana or any game in the Mana series for that matter. So I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up, but it seems kind of interesting if I have to say so. So yeah. All right, and finally, the final game they announced is a game that people have been waiting for forever, honestly. People of this series have been waiting years, maybe even a decade for all I know for this game. However, I've never played a single game in this series, and I do feel very left out when I say that. And that is the Metroid Prime series, specifically Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's safe to say that a lot, and I mean a lot of people are excited about this game, and they should be. It's getting released in 2025, and this trailer really made me want to go out and play any of the other Metroid Prime games. I've never played any of the Prime games. I've played a little bit of Super Metroid on the SNES, but I never beat it. I never really did much in the game. I kind of got lost. Metroidvania games are, not that they're not my cup of tea, I just get I just get very confused very easily, and backtracking isn't necessarily my favorite thing in video games, but I understand you need to backtrack to continue forward. So I love that idea. I think it's the labyrinthian sense. So for example, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a modern Metroidvania, and I've only played about a few hours of that game. But I love Dark Souls, so I should really, really play it, honestly. I love me a Souls-like. But we're not talking about Metroidvania, we're talking about Metroid Prime. This game looks absolutely insane just from footage alone. I don't know if what they showed off was gameplay footage or if it was just cutscene footage, but if Samus like shooting her arm cannon was how that game is supposed to look, this might be one of the best looking games on the Switch, and I mean that in full confidence. I don't think it could ever beat Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, because clearly those are like two of my favorite games of all time, and also like when it comes to look, I think they are two of the most beautiful games ever. No, scratch that. I think they are the most beautiful games ever. I'm just gonna say that with full confidence. But we're not talking about Zelda, we're talking about Metroid. So, as someone who's not a Metroid Prime fan, I'm super excited about this game, and I think this game is going to get people who haven't played it, just like me, into the franchise. So, maybe I will go out and bite the bullet and spend money on the first Metroid Prime game, or maybe the second one, so I can play it for myself and have my own experience and own opinions on the franchise, because I've really only seen gameplay footage, and I've watched retrospectives, and I've watched reviews of the game, but I've never actually sat down and played it before, and I really feel like it is a game that I should put my time into. But with that being said, though, guys, these are all the games that Nintendo announced in today's Direct, so let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below of the Nintendo Direct, and if you thought it was amazing, hell yeah. And if you didn't think it was amazing, tell me why you didn't think it was amazing. Tell me, like, what was going on through your head. I'm not gonna judge you or anything, obviously. I mean, it's the internet, so everyone is judging, but I'm not gonna judge you. Let me know if you guys believe that or not. Anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking through this video. Hope you all enjoyed this very ranty, very quick, very, very impromptu video. And I just wanted to say once again that I appreciate all of you very, 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 very much. Have an amazing rest of your day. And go out and play some video games, guys. Have a good one. And I'll be seeing you guys in another stupid video. Peace.